Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and welcome to another ranking video. Lately I've been ranking a lot of heroes' skins, mainly the ones that have a lot of skins, but you typically think of heroes like Genji and Mercy to have the most amount of skins, but you wouldn't think Widowmaker actually is in that same conversation. In fact, she has one of, if not the most amount of skins in Overwatch. So today, in celebration of the brand new Widowmaker skin for the Overwatch League, we're going to be ranking each and every single one of Widowmaker's skins. But before we get into my list ranking the Widowmaker skins, I actually want to know what your favorite Widowmaker skin is from our favorite French lady. Since there are so many Widowmaker skins, I'm sure the comments are going to have so many different answers. But finally getting into the Widowmaker skins, I always start off with the rare skins because, well, I feel like these shouldn't really belong anywhere in the middle of the list. I mean, they are rare skins that are just recolorations of the classic ones, but in case you guys are wondering what the best of the best rare skins are, it's Vert, CL, Rose, and Newt. But finally starting off the real rankings of Widowmaker skins, we actually have a legendary skin at dead last, and this is COMTESSE. Now this shouldn't really come with a surprise because most base legendary skins usually fall at the bottom of the list, mainly because epic legendary skins are just so much better than what Blizzard came up with way back in the day. That's not to say COMTESSE is bad, there are just so many better Widowmaker skins that you can equip, but I do like the name because in case you guys don't know what COMTESSE means, it basically is a woman that becomes a widow from a noble man that dies in battle. And since Widowmaker literally is named after a widow that is made by herself, actually, this is going to play on words, but the skin, and surprise, surprise, the next Widowmaker skin on this list is another base legendary skin, but ODILE takes the number 21 spot, not because of how it looks per se, but because of the colors. I don't really like the teal with the black look, but once again, that's not to say that the skin is bad. In fact, this one looks a whole lot better than the other base legendary skin with the sexy lingerie dress because, well, Widowmaker, she's an elegant, sexy queen. Of course, she's gonna be dressing like one, but I also like the bird crown because that goes perfectly with the name ODILE or Ordeal, how you pronounce it. Basically, that translates into black swan in English, so we see that with the crown, with the feathers, and the eye makeup too. So everything that the skin brings to the table fits Widowmaker's aesthetic, it's just the colors that aren't fitting for Widowmaker. Now the number 20 spot, we have our very first epic skin, and it sucks to say, but Widowmaker's epic skins are pretty boring, especially when you look at Winter Widowmaker. Again, it's not bad, I feel like I'm gonna be saying that for a lot of these bottom skins, but it's just nothing too special even compared to some other rare skins. Here we get like a light blue teal accent to the main white color on her visor and body. And that's really it. Like, I get it, epic skins are just supposed to be more recolorations, but maybe there could be some sort of design, maybe snowflakes around it, but that might have been a little bit harsh. All right, let's look at the number 19 spot because here we actually get 3 colors with TRICOLORE Widowmaker. This came with the Summer Games event, and it's of course supposed to represent her roots of where she came from, of course that being France, because the original Summer Games event, it was supposed to mimic the Olympic. And here Widowmaker represents the French flag colors with red, white, and blue. That's really it. In fact, the blue is very overbearing, or white, and especially red isn't really seen throughout this whole entire skin, and there's like a forcibly placed French flag on the gun, which, I mean, some people might think it's cool, but it's nowhere close to American flag McCree. That one was probably the best epic skin from that event. Now this is where things could get a little bit better in the epic category because at number 18 we got PATINA. This is the poor man's gold Widowmaker skin and gun. If you can't afford the gold Widowmaker gun, which, I mean, in the year 2021, what are you doing? You should have a gold gun by now. You can easily spend 250 credits at any given time and get this skin. It's kind of similar like with Lucio's frog skin, where it kind of gives you the gold Lucio gun if you were Widow main, but you just played season 1 and you weren't that good. Well, then you got PATINA and you kind of just faked it until you made it. But now, ladies and gentlemen, at number 17, we got a skin that you might be wondering why it's even on this list to begin with, but it's Widowmaker's classic skin. And here's why this skin belongs on this list to begin with and not with the rare skins, but also why it ranks higher than all the other skins I talked about beforehand. Widowmaker looks so hot in her classic skin, and that's really it. Like, yes, this is a classic skin. Yes, people forget how good she looks in this skin, mainly because, well, they gave her a skin-tight skin to the point where she doesn't need a bra to hold up her boobs. It's just there because it's so skin-tight. It shows off her curvy butt. She has this beautiful hourglass figure. Like, she just looks so hot, and people seem to forget that because nobody uses the classic skin anymore. So that's why it's at number 17. Literally because I'm a horny boy. Hey, we all have our faults. Now, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for putting this skin so low on the list, and it's purely based on the fact that I'm not really a StarCraft fan. In fact, I didn't even know who this character was, but Nova takes the number 16 spot, and I feel disappointed in myself because I know if I was a bigger StarCraft fan, I would be going crazy for this skin. Maybe it's because I don't play StarCraft, maybe it's because I don't like blondes, or maybe it's because this skin is just like, yeah, it's the character Nova from StarCraft. Oh, same thing with the number 15 spot. I'm gonna be putting Kerrigan at number 15. Now, why does Kerrigan rank higher than Nova? This is the only reason why. Again, I'm not a StarCraft fan, so I don't know any of these two characters, but why I like Kerrigan more is because I like redheads, man. I don't like blondes. I dated one blonde in my life, and I dated one redhead in my life, but I like redheads more. Hey, y'all can't get that mad at me because at least I put these skins above classic. Let's go back to the classic skins for a minute because at 14, we got, I feel like, an underrated epic skin, and this is Electric. Inspired from the Miami Vice colors, we got purples, we got blues, we got whites, we got a really good epic skin. And I know I said earlier that Tricolor didn't look all that good because it literally only had 3 colors, but there the colors didn't mix well together. Here, the Miami color palette, mwah, it always looks good in anything. The Miami Heat alternative jerseys, GTA Vice City, or here with Electric. I don't know why they named it Electric. They should have named it Vice or Miami because my God, mommy, you're so spicy. I don't know why I said that. And to almost round things off for the epic skins at number 13, we got Deadly. We got the Gucci skin for Widowmaker, Widowmaker's an expensive gal. She would not be caught dead ordering off the dollar menu, especially wearing this outfit. You would be taking her to the most expensive restaurants and afterwards taking her to all the expensive shopping centers in France because she is an elegant queen and deserves to be treated as such. But quickly touching on this skin, this is what I meant by saying modern epic skins are a whole lot better because here we actually get designs in the legs, in the crowns, even in the boots. It's not just one different coloration or adding 2 different colors. No, it's a different design all around included on the gun. But going back to the base legendary skins of Widowmaker, we got the second part of this base legendary skin set with Huntress. Now, why this one ranks superior compared to the other one, it's all because of the colors. And that's the whole idea of the base legendary skins is 2 different color palettes because the previous one, it was purple and brown and like, no. Give me some red on black on black on black and I'll be a happy boy. Maybe it's because I'm emo or maybe it's because I just have good taste in colors, but Widowmaker looks so much better in this color scheme. Like the silhouette is decent. I don't really know why they gave her a short brown ponytail. Nah, make that thing long so I have something to pull on. I'm sorry for being horny, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our very first event legendary skin, if you don't count like the StarCraft skins. This is Biathlon. Now, I like the concept of this skin, don't get me wrong. It's supposed to mimic the people that I think ski, but also like shoot snipers at the same time. It's a very interesting sport. It's not as popular as some of the other winter sports like snowboarding and actual skiing, but it works for Widowmaker because she has a sniper, a gun. So of course, yeah, let's design a skin around this sport. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, the more I think about the skin and the more I actually look at it and see how much was really transformed to fit this skin, like with her goggles being her actual visor, it makes me wonder why I don't like this skin. And I think it's all because there's so many good Widowmaker skins, but I also think it's because it's weird to see Widowmaker in more athletic attire when she doesn't really seem like the athletic type. I know she's a ballet dancer, but why have we not really seen a ballet skin? Cracking into the top 10 of Widowmaker skins, we got one that I initially wanted to fall in love with, but the Archives event just came with so many L's. And MOUSQUETAIRE, while it was a better one from that event, it just doesn't really beat out any of the other amazing legendary skins that Widowmaker has to offer. A musketeer, to nobody's surprise, inspired from French culture, and it's somebody that uses a musket that was in the French army. And of course, Widowmaker, her being French and her having a sniper rifle of some sort, it was kind of a match made in heaven, but man, the uniform, it looks funky, and I think it's all because of those thigh-high boots, because yeah, normally thigh-high boots would seem sexy, especially on a hero like Widowmaker that is just naturally sexy. I don't know if it's the colors, I don't know if it's the 17th, 18th century look of the thigh-high boots, but it ain't doing it for her, man. It just ain't doing it. I do like the rest of the uniform, especially the hat. I like how the pink or purple ponytail almost is supposed to look like an elongated feather, but it's just her ponytail. But it's also not her ponytail, because in the back of her head, she has regular brown hair. So is that her ponytail, or is that a feather? There's already white feathers, so I'm kind of inclined to think that that's just a dyed part of her hair. I'm not sure. To all my BDSM fans out there, it is finally your time to come out of the woodworks, because we got NOIRE at number 9. And the more I think about this skin, the more I wonder who thought of this skin. This, of course, was a pre-order bonus back in 2016 before Overwatch came out. That was really the only way that you could get this skin. But then I think Switch users got an opportunity to get it, I think if you pre-ordered Overwatch 2. So it's not as rare as it is on Switch, but it is super rare, especially in the later years, because, well, codes are becoming more and more rare because, well, people use them. So if you somehow find a code for NOIRE under the price of like $50, I would suggest getting it, because this is definitely a flex skin, which is why it ranks so high on the list, because this is a skin that you don't ever really see nowadays. The NOIRE skin itself, there's nothing really interesting about it. In fact, it's a little bit odd of an entry for Widowmaker, because I really wouldn't expect her to get this type of skin. It just seems very random that they have her in this tight latex red and black suit and spiky armor legs and shoes, and to top things off, her hair isn't even hair. It's just a bunch of wires and pipes braided together. At the very end of it is just a bunch of spikes and syringes. Like, what are you doing with that sniper rifle, Widowmaker? Just swing your hair like Willow Smith and just swing at the enemy. But if you want a real sexy Widowmaker skin, then look no further than ODETTE. This translates to princess or mistress or just someone who's very sexy. And boy, oh boy, is she sexy. This is another base legendary skin and a rare exception where it looks really good. I really like the color scheme that they have going here, where it has just nothing but white and little hints of red. I think it just really contrasts well because Widowmaker's skin is blue, where on the other skin it has her in this pale white skin. I think that's what was throwing me off. Here it looks like a more natural fit for Widowmaker, where she's just being sexy for her husband that she killed, because she is a cold, heartless individual, which is why her skin turned blue, because, well, she's a cold-blooded creature just like a spider. Don't you love lore? Speaking of spiders, we got one of the only spider skins for Widowmaker, and I'm surprised by that fact, but we got Spider. I'm kind of surprised that Blizzard doesn't play more onto the idea that she literally is inspired from a spider, and here, coming from the Halloween event, we finally got our first look of what she would look like as if she was the mistress of Spider-Man. Move over, Mary Jane, because Widowmaker looks freaking hot. The most notable feature about the skin is the obvious webbing throughout the entirety of it. You see it on her legs and her crown, even on her gun. But I especially love how they gave her the piercing purple eyes. I love any opportunity where Blizzard changed the hero's eyes to have a different color than what are the typical like browns, blues, and greens. And here Blizzard gave her eyes that if I were to gaze into her, I would fall in love with her to the point where she could bite my neck, put venom into my body, kill me instantly, and I would thank her. Like, my dying words would be, "Thank you, ma'am." Oh! Man, I'm down bad. But Blizzard, can we see maybe like a Spider-Man crossover skin or something more to do with, well, her being a spider, please? At the number 6 spot, we got a fan favorite amongst a lot of Widowmaker mains, and this is Talon. This came with the very first Archives event and supposed to call back to Widowmaker before she became a cold-blooded killer, killing her husband and everyone that she loves. Nah, this is when she was in the Talon organization and she was just a regular terrorist killer. And I really like that idea of a lore skin, because it's like, it's not in your face, like this is a lore skin like Specimen 28 for Winston. Nah, it's very subtle, and only people that understand Overwatch lore will come to appreciate and even know why she has white skin. And it's because, well, once she does become a cold-blooded killer, then blood stops circulating throughout her whole entire body. But for the rest of the skin, it's pretty normal. It's just like a Talon uniform. They did cut off her ponytail. I'm pretty sure this is the shortest that her hair has ever been, but they also changed it from the typical like pale purple to a more darker sea blue, which I don't know if you guys like when they gave her a different color of hair, but I love when Blizzard has her emo side come out a little bit, a change in makeup, a change in her hair. It makes me fall in love with her every single time. Getting to the top 5 of Widowmaker's skins, we got one that I didn't like at first, and I still don't, but I've grown to be very intimidated by Scorpion, which is why it gets so high on this list. I don't know what it is about this skin. Like, yeah, at first I didn't like it, but the more and more I play with it, the more and more I looked at the gun, and the more I looked at her ponytail being a scorpion tail, the more I thought about it, it's like, yo, this is actually pretty sick. Well, I really wouldn't consider this a heavily animated skin. I do like how the tail slightly moves, pushing the agenda that this is supposed to be a very creepy skin for Widowmaker. Of course, coming from the Halloween event, you really wouldn't picture this to be a scary skin up until you look at it more and more, and it just gives me the chills, which is the whole point, which is why I kind of like it. I just need a Sub-Zero skin so that these two can fight in a 1v1 battle. Maybe it could be Roadhog or someone. Wait, wouldn't Roadhog be Scorpion because they get the... Aren't they the same thing? At the number 4 spot, we got what I think to be one of the peak Widowmaker skins, and of course, it is none other than COTE de Azar. I still don't know how to pronounce it, and I really should, because this is just... It's sexy, man. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know what other adjective I can use. It's just a sexy skin. Before Widowmaker got this skin from the 2017 Summer Games event, a lot of people wanted a bikini Widowmaker skin, which I mean, like, yeah, it would have been even more hotter, but do you really expect Blizzard to portray her in that lewd of content? Whenever I see Widowmaker in the skin, I get the idea that, yeah, she's gonna go have fun at the beach, she's gonna lay out on the sand, tan a little bit, and maybe read a little bit of her favorite book, but she's not going to the beach to show off her body, even though she can't, because she knows she got it, but she doesn't need male validation. She knows she's sexy. Nah, she's going to the beach to relax. She knows she's hot, but she doesn't need a dress like she needs everybody else to know that she's hot, because she has confidence. So we should aspire to be as hot as Widowmaker, but to have the confidence of Widowmaker. This skin just came out, and by the time I'm recording this, it's actually still out, and the reason why I'm ranking Widowmaker skins. But this is Ange de la Mort. I think this roughly translates to Angel of Death, which she looks nothing like an angel. If anything, looks like the devil of death. We see evil skulls seen throughout her whole entire body with red eyes, including Widowmaker herself with this black attire and this Grim Reaper-like hat. Like, I don't know who thought of this idea for Widowmaker, but I'm glad that you did, because I like the intense skins for Widowmaker. We see it with Scorpion, and now with this skin. I really haven't been talking too much about Widowmaker snipers, but I feel like this is one of the better Widowmaker snipers, especially with the gold gun. Any single time where they make Widowmaker's gun not be fully gold, but with accent colors, it's gonna probably be a good time. Back in the day, Blizzard had a really bad habit of making the gold guns very overbearing and overly gold, but here they're mixing in the blacks and the reds, and you know that's one of the best color palettes of all time, black and red. So with the gold color scheme, like, if you have this skin and you don't have the gold gun yet, you're literally throwing as Widowmaker. But for the number 3 spot, this one could easily change in the future. Maybe I'm just caught up in the hype. Maybe it's because it's an Overwatch League skin, and after it's gone forever, and not everyone has this Widowmaker skin. But hey, she looks good. It's way better than the Mei Melee skin, and that's coming from a Mei main. So if I had to choose which one was better out of the two, this one is by far superior. But if we're talking about good Widowmaker gun skins, then let's talk about the runner-up for the best Widowmaker skin, which is Black Lily. Scratch what I said about Widowmaker's summer game skins. This was the pinnacle of Widowmaker's skins. This is probably one of, if not the most beautiful skins in all of Overwatch. Not even just for Widowmaker, but in the whole entire hero gallery. This whole entire skin features this purple color scheme with this beautiful floral Chinese traditional dress, because, well, this did come from the Lunar New Year, and I love the purple flowers on top of this pale purple dress. It's like, oh, it works for Widowmaker, even though it's very overbearing with the purples. It's still works, especially when you look at the gun. Since the skin is called Black Lily, we gotta have a Black Lily at the side of the gun. A lot of people seem to forget that while the skin is supposed to be the main star of the show, the gun is what you're gonna be looking at most of the time in game, unless you're emoting. So you want to have a beautiful gun, and it's probably the best gun skin in the whole entire game. If I haven't included this on the top 10 list of the best gun skins in Overwatch, then I don't know what I was thinking. But Black Lily, it's absolutely beautiful. But it's not more beautifuler than the number 1 Widowmaker skin, because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to describe this skin, but it's just perfection. Pale Serpent Widowmaker takes the crown for the best Widowmaker skin. Maybe it's the cute dress, maybe it's the subtle hints of serpents, maybe it's the color skin in it actually working for Widowmaker this time, or maybe it's the emerald seen throughout this whole entire gun. Every inch of this skin is perfection. I will use that at least 3 more times in this segment describing this skin because I want you to know that this is perfection. Like, this is a perfect Widowmaker skin. I got one more perfect, so I'll use it wisely. While I do like the wild and extravagant skins like Black Lily and Scorpion, every now and then I like casual attire. That's why I love Pajama May, because that is the epitome of being casual, of being comfortable in your own clothes. When you're on the battlefield, just because you're out there killing people, don't mean that you can't be comfortable. And I feel like this is Widowmaker's pajamas, even though she does have like serpent scales seen throughout her whole entire body, so that could be interpreted as armor, but I don't know, man, she looks comfortable. Pink is also one of my favorite colors too, so I might have a little bit of bias there, and I love the gradient effect from the light pink to the dark pink, but I also just like the color scheme in general. Pink isn't too overbearing, white isn't too overbearing, and the skin tone also isn't too overbearing. It all just has a nice mixture of colors. It is just pretty to look at. But then the gun on top of it too has a serpent built into it, but jeweled with a bunch of emeralds, and it's also just crafted to have this beautiful curvy look that matches Widowmaker's figure. If you don't already like it, then you're probably not gonna like it, but if you love it, you really love it. Why? Because it's perfect. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my ranking of every single Widowmaker skin. It was a very long list with a lot of skins. I think Mercy is one of the only heroes that can compete with Widowmaker, and it's kind of surprising because, like I said at the beginning of the video, you wouldn't imagine Widowmaker having all of these skins, but also having all of these good skins. So as always, please comment down below what your favorite Widowmaker skin is, because there's so many good ones to choose from. Maybe it's Pale Serpent, maybe it's Black Lily, maybe it's one of the bottom skins I suggested. Just let me know in the comments section below. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.